Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inspiring Best Living, where we talk about wealth creation, wellness, and well-nourished soul. My name is Remi Wesley Ogude, and I'm so very happy to be here on a very special episode to me because this episode is meant for my fellow women. If you're a man listening to me as well, you might find it useful to encourage your wife in the journey of wealth creation. And the topic of this today's episode is how to be an active woman in wealth creation. Women are gifted with a high level of intuitiveness. They have the power of creativity and they are very passionate. Everything women we do it with passion. Most women I'm talking about. Now, God has given us this intuitive power and we have used it very positively. We have used this creative, intuitive power to raise our children, to build a great family, even to build a nation, to build our career, to build our business in some cases, and also to build even the church of God for some of us who are people of faith. So women are very powerful. Kudos to you, my fellow women. I appreciate you. However, in the area of wealth creation, I'm producing this video to encourage us as women to be more active. A lot of women are very passive in wealth creation for different reasons. I will just share a few with us in this episode. One of the reasons why women are very inactive in wealth creation is number one, they feel very intimidated about money, especially about creating money, going into business, taking up investment opportunities. And when I'm talking about women, I'm not talking about women generally. Some women are very good with this. However, some still feel very intimidated, especially when we're talking about mathematics, figures. They feel, oh, it's a man's job. In fact, some will even tell you that it is in the Bible that men should provide for their household. And if the man is not able to provide for his own household, it's worse than an infidel. They begin to apply different things just to be able to explain their passiveness. And to me, I encourage women that yes, your husband may be seen as the primary breadwinner. It does not exempt you as well because the skills to make wealth are learnable. You can also learn those skills and help your husbands. A lot of husbands are there doing 3, 4 jobs. They are going through intense pressure to be able to do this. Some are even collapsing under the weight of looking for money for survival for their family. It should not be so. Women, I'm encouraging us to join hands together with our husbands to support them as well. Yes, there are other different reasons given by some of these women for not being active, arguably, and I understand, say, because they're busy with other household chores, raising family, raising children, and other things, which I understand. And I believe that some men also assist with this as well. And the other reason is because it's also a reflection of the general low financial literacy in the society. But the financial literacy to create wealth is not taught in school. It's not taught maybe in some families who do not have the knowledge of it. So it's not passed on to us. Sometimes what is passed on to us is just go to school, get a good degree, get a good job, you'll be fine. So it's not taught. Women that really need to grow with their spouses to build well together have to go out to seek this knowledge. So I'm not talking to women here to despise us or to tell us that we're not doing enough. I'm encouraging us. I know we are trying, but I just feel that we could do more with a little encouragement. So I understand because if you are not taught, if it's not passed on to you, you don't have the knowledge from school, you don't have the knowledge from your own family. Where are you going to get the knowledge? In a way, it's not their fault, but listening to me, hearing this video can help you to begin to think and inspire you to take steps that can help you to start doing something about your wealth creation journey in support together with your husband. After all, they say two are always better than one, and it gets sweeter and better when the second person is your husband or is your partner. So I encourage us to take the steps. The last reason is because a lot of women do not have role model in that area. I remember someone coming to our consultancy company, and the person told me that the real reason why he came with a wife, and I had the privilege to take them through all the sessions. And he said the reason why he came with his wife is because he had some knowledge about investment, even in real estate he had, but his challenge is about the wife, and he wanted the wife to hear. He's been talking to the wife about it, and probably the wife has not been giving it the attention the man expected. The man brought the wife, and both of them, they went through all the sessions I went through with them, and thankfully, to the glory of God, the woman's mind was rewired, and they started taking steps together. They will come back, they will tell him they have done this, they have done that. And some of the things that the man was doing alone, the woman had joined. They started, looking for property together and doing all the things together. So what I'm saying is that sometimes lack of role model to guide such women may be one of the reasons why they are not taking active steps to join their husband or to help in the area of wealth creation. Now, there are different setbacks around that. If a woman is inactive or does not show interest or just leaves the responsibility to the man alone, there's a lot of setback that I really want to quickly address here. The first one is that it's a high risk for that woman. I said it's a high risk for the woman because if a woman does not have an idea of how the wealth is created, even if the wealth is bequeathed to the woman will not be able to manage it, not to even talk of multiplying the wealth. I read a book on Robert Kiyosaki's wise book, Kim Kiyosaki, and was sharing some statistics of women who were widows. And she said in that book that these women that were widows that became very poor after they were widows, they were once rich when their husbands were alive. And the reason why they became poor is because they did not have the knowledge of how the wealth was created. So after the husband died, they could not manage the wealth. They were actually left at the mercy of financial predators. And those ones probably messed up their finances because they didn't have the knowledge. So they had no idea where to even begin the journey in the first place. So it's a high risk for women who do not take interest in this. And the second risk, if a woman does not take active interest in wealth creation, is that it affects the next generation. The reason is because, like I said earlier, women are very close to their children. God has given them that intuitive, creative, powerful ability to be able to influence their children more. I'm talking about some women, well, a lot of women. However, if this woman does not even understand, this woman I'm talking about in this case does not understand wealth creation, how can she pass the knowledge? So it will affect the next generation because the knowledge you do not have, you cannot share the knowledge. It is said that if you teach a man anything, you have taught an individual. But if you teach a woman anything, you have taught a community, you have even taught a whole nation. And I do agree, because we women, we like to pass very valuable information to our children because we want them to be supported in every area of their lives. So I do agree with this. So it's so very important we as women to at least take interest, even if you are not taking the lead when the journey is starting. Also, it makes the financial decision very cumbersome or difficult for the man. If the woman does not understand, the woman may not be able to bring very good input to the table about their decision as relates to finances. Also, the man may even be stopped, may not be able to move forward. The man may just, may want to take some steps, and the woman is afraid about those steps because she's not knowledgeable. She doesn't understand what the man is doing. So, in a way, it actually makes the financial decision a lot harder for the man. But if they are on the same page, they both acquire the financial literacy, they understand what they are doing, it's just easier for the man to take the woman along the journey, especially when decisions are being made. Now, there are different things that can help women in particular to be more active in wealth creation. I'm just going to share a few tips through which this can be done. The first thing to me is to be self-aware. If somebody is self-aware of something, it's easier. And even when you are self-aware, your why is very strong, then your how becomes very, very easy. A lot easier than you are taught because you know the reason why you are doing it. So the self-awareness and also your why being strong will help you. That's the first step to me. And the second step is being intentional about taking some steps. For instance, reading books about financial literacy, reading books about what you want to do to make financial progress. Sometimes, yes, we women, we might be busy, but I always suggest to people, you can do audio if you can't sit down to read. A lot of books I read as well. Sometimes I do audio. I read when I'm traveling, even if I'm going to work, 30 minutes, 1 hour journey, I'm reading in between. So start by reading. Start by listening to podcasts of people who are knowledgeable about it. Attending conferences, seminars is also very easy to do that as well. It doesn't cost a whole lot of fortune to read. Some of those books are not very expensive. The third one is to associate yourself with people who are already on the journey to begin to learn the skills on how to do it, what to do, especially if you have identified the asset classes through which you want to create your wealth. Begin to identify maybe in your space, among your family members, the people you know, who are the people that are knowledgeable in this area that can begin to share with me some information that will be valuable. You can start with those little steps. They will go a long way to improve your knowledge of financial literacy and help you to move forward in your journey of wealth creation. Also, you can actually go for mentors. Yes, I always tell people, getting a mentor is not a walk in the park at all, my fellow women. You've got to really go out there seeking for those mentors. When we were going to start, my husband and I, we didn't really have mentors. We had to like source for mentors. Even though we started, we made a lot of mistakes until we eventually got mentors. So they could be far between, but there are good mentors around there who can hold you in any area. It could be maybe in commodity business, setting up business, even in trading in paper assets. And if you can't get them physically, you can start reading books about them, attending their conferences, and I've said their seminars, listening to them. That's also steps that can help you to be able to move forward in your journey of wealth creation. Anyway, today, this is where I am going to stop. I believe you've been able to glean from what I've shared today. If you're a fellow woman like me, and also if you're a man, you stumble into this video, it's not for you to harass your wife, it's to encourage her as well. Like I told you what that gentleman did. He just brought the wife and together they started the journey and they are thriving well. It's to encourage. And if you are the man and it's the woman that is taking the lead, you can also glean from some of the things I've shared. You don't want to leave all the decision or your financial destinies in the hand of your wife. You want to also support her. Like I said, two are always better than one. And the second person, when the person is your spouse, is sweeter and it gets easier. So please start. Take the steps you need to take. Practice, practice, practice. Even if you don't have it all figured out. The earlier you start, the better. Even when you think you have made mistakes in the past, you don't want to start again. I've always told people, mistakes, it's said, it's not meant to stop you. It's not a stop sign. It's to make you to learn from what you have done wrong and to improve on it and to do things better. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtain today. Thank you for listening to me. And please do press the notification button so that you can get my new episode right away once I produce new episodes. And also share the video with family, friends, and those you think can benefit from it. And before I finally round up, I always tell you that You don't have to choose between being healthy and wealthy. You can have both as icing on the cake of a well-nourished soul. The reason is because this channel is meant to inspire you in three key areas: wealth creation, wellness, and how you can have a well-nourished soul. Again, my name is Remi Wesley Ogude, and I'm your regular host on this channel. I want to really thank you for listening. Until I come your way next time, take care and bye.